Hey y'all, welcome to First Comes Love, Then Comes Marriage podcast. My name is Lindsey Jackson,
And I am Aaron Jackson.
and this season 6, we are doing love letters to our children. You are joining us in this conversation of what will our kids ask us in the future, and we are talking to them now at our
Hmm.
current age of 37.
Yep. I keep forgetting.
I know you do. And actually our birthdays are coming up, so that's exciting too.
Yeah.
Okay. So the question of the day is, what were you like before kids? And I love this question because you actually brought it up about, not losing yourself because you have children. And I always think like not losing our connection. I think about things with us. So it's like not losing our love and this marriage because we have kids,
Yeah.
specifically young kids right now that need everything. But like, who were you before kids? And the kids are like, well, what were you like, daddy, before you had all of us? You know what I
Oh yeah.
mean?
Or sometimes like the parents will be like, you don't know, I was super cool
Right.
before I
I was cool, or I was
yeah.
wilding, or I was,
They called me what's it called? I don't know.
I don't know either. Where would you go with that?
I don't know, some nickname
Okay.
that don't make
I
sense.
mean, you could say it, you'd be like, people used to call me Ajax. You'd be like, Jax.
People still call me Jax.
I don't think any of our kids would think that that was a name for you.
Really? That's interesting.
So, well, what were you like? What were you like
Can we
before
start with
kids?
you?
Yeah.
Cause I mean, yeah, we'll start with you.
Okay. What was I like before kids? I was.
Harlot.
I was free. I think that that's the main word. Like I was free, and so there is a freedom of going anywhere, doing anything,
Okay,
even in marriage.
don't like offend your kids. Like
No,
I was free before you. You know what I
no,
mean?
I'm
Like you
enslaved.
slaved.
No,
Yeah.
no, no,
Okay, keep
no,
going.
no. But there are responsibilities that come with having children that you can't just get up and go. You at no point, even if we had sitters on deck, your kids still have school. We cannot just get up and go. And so, but before kids, I mean, I think that I was social, which is so wild because in previous episodes, I know we talk about like friends and where are these friends? I mean, right? Those things aren't like wasn't important, but I really did a lot of outside activities.
Yeah.
I think I went to every birthday party, every function, everything that was on the outside. That's pretty much like I was outside body before kids, and now that I'm have kids, I'm an inside body. Um,
But are there any like character traits that that you are?
that I am now that
Yeah,
I
like
have
were
kids.
you nicer when you had kids, or were you
Ooh,
more mean when you had
okay,
kids?
wait.
Did you care more about people? Like
Yeah. No, okay. So before I had kids, I think I was now this might be because of my age, but I was definitely more selfish. I
mhm.
was more self-absorbed. And we're talking about this because now it might be the mama bear in me, but I am so thoughtful. Like I'm so mindful. I'm so mindful. I'm so thoughtful of everybody else. Like at work, people are like, I'm Mama Bear. I'm in the room. I'm like, no, don't talk to her that way. Or it's okay, babe. And I'd have this kind of like, I nurture everybody and I want to make sure that everybody's okay. I check in on everybody, and it doesn't come from a place of gossip or of like wanting to be in people's business, and trying to figure out like what's the tea, what's the, that sort of
Mhm.
thing. It comes from a place of I'm trying to make sure everybody's okay. So, but before I had kids, I feel like I was more judgmental. And these all seem like negative traits, but they're not. They're just no, they're just young traits. I think that when you're younger is the same like when we talk about kids now, our children, this is how you come into the world. Our pastor said the other day, you never have to teach a child to be selfish. This is how they come into the world. And so before kids, I was definitely selfish. I was definitely judgmental. There was one parent in our workplace, and I'd be like, man, she complains about being with her kids. And I'm like, oops. And I don't complain about being with my kids, but I understand that you need a break for them.
Yeah.
I was kind, but only kind to the people that I like. And now, after kids, I can be kind to everybody. I can have a general level of this is nicety. And I wasn't like that
Mhm.
before. I was a little bit like snappy and sharp. But before I had kids, also these are more I was had more kid-like factors. Like I was loud and for no reason. And I think I'm still loud
I was
now.
about to say,
I'm still loud now, but I understand time and place. Like
you just went up an octave talking right now.
because
So
it's the time and place.
okay.
But I just was when I was a kid, I acted like a kid. You know what I
Mm.
mean? And so now that I have children, I'm on the other side of that. And so I just do things differently. Now, do I still like to have fun? Do I still? Yes. You said the other day, you're like, did you dance? I went to an event and I'm like, did I dance? I did dance a little bit. Like, I still love to dance at parties. I still love to do those things. I'm still social, but I pick and choose when I can be social. But I am more after kids. I am more thoughtful. I am less judgmental. I am more empathetic of a lot of things. I am a better listener. It's not about me. I think it might only be about me when it comes to you. Like I will be like, "Hey, listen to me, talk to me. Can I
Hmm.
share me with you?" Or I pick and choose when the people who are in my life that it can be about me for. But that's the biggest difference I think is like pre 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 kids and post kids. Lindsay.
Okay. Uh, pre kids, Jacks, right?
Yes, yes.
What? How am I? I know that I am different. I don't know how much different I am, but I know that I am different.
Mm,
Uh, and so I'm I'm trying to decipher if it's am I different because I just got older? I'm 37 now, and before kids, I was in my 20s, or is it just maturity, or is it just the experience of having children? One thing I am more cautious of doing dangerous things.
hmm.
Um,
In your 20s, you was like, I could jump off that rail.
man, man, going skydiving, won't do it again.
We did do
Like
skydiving.
just doing I am way less adventurous because I'm like, I need to come home.
Really?
Yes.
Even with me.
Yes. I need to come home. I got people that literally need me to
I am
survive.
less adventurous with other people, but with you, I feel like I could still take.
Well, that's you. No, I can't take no risk. No, not at all.
Wow.
Like, I don't like, I don't like staying out too late. I, it's not that, I wish there was a better word for worried, but like when Lindsay's gone, I check on her more than
Mm-hmm.
I did. I'm like, oh, she get back. Like, I'm not a real jealous person, so it's not really like jealousy when she's out and I want her to come home. I want her to come home because I know she's safe at home.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I'm just more like even on planes. Like, if I go on a plane by myself and the children are like either at home or something like that. I just like I don't know. I just have more thoughts about like how you need to survive.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the things that makes me a little bit different because I used to be super adventurous.
I mean,
Like
number one,
I
you were a stuntman,
yeah.
so
So
you
I used
literally were like, "I'm good."
yeah, and I used to be down for whatever. More spontaneous.
Mm,
Now I just can't be.
yeah.
Uh my friend, I only have a couple of friends in New York. My friend called me and was like, "Hey, can we go out this next Monday or whatever?" And I really appreciate him for that because it showed his attention to like hang out, and
Yeah.
also like just knowing like, hey, I just can't pop out and
You
do
come
things.
over, but we can't pop
Yeah.
out.
So that's another thing that I feel like is different. Character wise, um I do like in your sense, I do even at 37, like who do I think I am? But I do try to share my experiences with people more.
Mhm.
Uh I feel like now at like this age, I'm more coaching people. When I
Mm.
see people, I like try to share my experiences or like observe and like,
Are you coaching because you're stepping into that parental figure? Or are you saying you're coaching because you're in your 30s and you're not in your 20s now?
I feel like it's just more parental figure, and I'm like, I really want to see other people around me do well.
Hmm.
And when I was younger, which is so funny because I really feel like, even though we're saying this and we're in our 30s, I feel like people who do listen to us that are older, it's like, what are they talking about?
They
They're so
might.
young,
I
right?
know. I know. That's how
But
I feel about people because when I was in my 20s, I was thinking I was older. And now when I talk to people in their 20s, I'm like, oh my gosh, you're a
yeah,
baby. Oh my
yeah. So
gosh.
somebody like 60 or 70
Even
might
your
be,
sister, they're
yeah,
like, yeah, I'm 50.
yeah,
What are they talking about?
yeah. What? So, but I will say, I do. I want to see people around me do more, and I guess yeah, like I was more selfish. I was more of the player, and now not like player, but I
Hmm.
was more like a
You
player
playing the game.
whatever game I was in.
And everything was a competition.
Yeah.
I think for me, everything was a competition.
Hmm.
Even when I had a job that was not competitive. Like when I got to Broadway and we were literally in our roles, your track is set. It was still a competition. It was still like, well, who's the best dancer here?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she's good at turns, but my leg is higher. Or, like it was everything was competitive because also I feel like when you're younger, you're more self conscious.
Yeah.
It's like it's an insecurity about it. And again, that might be younger or not, but when you're a parent, those insecurities, you either deal with them or you don't. That self-consciousness, you either deal with that or you like
Yeah.
there's a different like I was confident before, but there's a different confidence about me because I'm literally responsible for people.
Yeah. One of the things that I've changed and I want to get back to.
Mm,
Some people say it's like hunger, but being being comfortable in being comfortable and uncomfortable in the uncomfortableness.
okay.
So like now that I have our children and everything, like I want things to be more comfortable. So then it will take me a longer time to like venture off into something new
Mhm.
where like like the reward might be great, but I'm like, you know,
I'm comfortable here. You don't want to
yeah,
do you don't want to step outside of that.
yeah, like, oh, like at a job, it's like, oh, should I go out for this job, or should I start like? Cause sometimes in order to succeed, I know teaching lessons, but sometimes you do need to take a step back to go forward, even when it comes to like the job
Yes.
market. So like you might right now, I'm a service manager. Uh, I might go to another company and not be a service manager. I might be like a supervisor or whatever, or and then in order to move up, so I can learn that company. So it's just like things like that, things that
Do you think you're less ambitious because you have children now? Or you just think that you're comfortable
yes,
so the ambition went away?
y- I, like I'm still ambitious because I still have these thoughts and stuff like that. But I am more like I not when I was younger, I was more willing to try it all. Shotgun, boom, whatever, And now
Mhm.
here I'm like, you know, like some things I might not go out for because our children are so young. And like, it's like, oh, like my job right now has health insurance, right? It has health insurance. I barely work weekends. It's like things that I'm like, okay, these are things that are staple that we need,
Yeah.
right? And so, like, if I wanted to go out and do something, I need to make sure that I either got a nest egg that covers the time that we won't have,
Mhm.
or it has that. So it's just it's a different thought process. Like I'm always thinking about more than me now.
Yes.
Uh but I was funny. I was doing improv. So I'm still pretty quick with it. But I also filter myself now more. Because like I can't do certain things in front of the kids. I love to go dancing.
You say that, but you say some things in front of them that goes over their
They
heads,
yeah, they'll catch
and
it.
I'm like, "Don't
They
say
don't
that in
catch it.
front of them."
They don't catch it. Um, so I like who I am now. I think who I was a interesting person. Uh, but all in all, I do think that like I feel like most of my friends that I had back in the day, it wouldn't be like, oh, you're a totally different person. It's just kind of like, oh, you're just a more mature person.
Yes.
Um, and
Mm.
so
Yeah.
it wasn't like, and I try to tell people this because like new parents and stuff like that, they're like, oh, like they put like this whole aura around being a new parent.
Yeah.
And if you put your whole identity inside being a parent, I feel like that's how you're gonna lose yourself,
Lose yourself.
and then you're gonna like lose your outside friends, and it's also gonna put too much pressure on your children.
If it, I mean, it does and it doesn't. Kids are gonna when they grow up, they're gonna do what they want to do anyway.
I know, but
But
that could strain the relationship because
absolutely,
it's like,
I
oh,
did all of this for you.
yeah, and it becomes like low key resentment.
But when you say lose yourself, and we've talked about this before, but it's like, what is something about you that's the same? Like, what's something that you used to like that you still like that maybe you don't do as much? What's something that you know?
Sex.
Oh my goodness.
Keep going.
I said, okay, I did say that you liked and you still like, but you don't do as much. But I'm
That
just,
was a perfect setup. What are you talking about?
but like, okay, well, when I was thinking about it, because it's like, what's
Travel.
something travel? Okay, that's a good one. Um,
I don't drink as much.
mm,
I don't drink as much. I don't know if it's maturity or like I was like every time I'm like, man, let's have a drink, all right?
yeah,
Because I got some pretty good alcohol here.
yeah,
I'm like, I gotta wake. I see, like, I gotta wake up in the morning. I can't be drinking because
right.
I don't.
Because right, and that's the other thing. Did you wake up? Is your day to day, aside from the fact that we have to do everything, like I say the word everything, and I go watch this and be like, really, everything for y'all. But like I was saying, I was always a morning person. I
Mhm,
think that's the military family in me growing up. But I wake up with the sun. So even if I had blackout curtains or whatever, because people are like, well, why don't you just get blackout curtains? It's the time of day, like my body temperature. I always, when I worked on Broadway, I would be getting home at midnight and watching TV. I would still wake up at the latest eight
mhm,
o'clock. Like I would wake up and then do things and then go back to sleep. So being a morning person is me before kids and now with kids, even more so. I'm tired a little bit, but I'm still a morning person. Like your day to day, do you think you do the same things now after
oh, okay.
kids?
So this is interesting because, like, at first we were talking about what's the difference between like me now and before I had kids. The thing that is the same, that is the constant,
Yes.
uh, that is me, is my energy,
Mm,
my uh aura or energy, whatever you want to call it, has remained the same.
okay.
You can ask like my friends when I was 17, 18, 20, now 30. I have always been the person where they look at me and was like, "Where do you get your energy from?" So
Mm,
I was neither a night person or a morning person. I was when I got up if I'm out and I'm up, then that's what you're getting.
mm-hmm.
Um, it's rare unless I'm like sick that people see me as like, oh, are you tired? In fact, I made a saying for my kids when they say that they're tired. They say I'm tired, and I say, you know what tires do? They keep rolling. Oh man, they hate it. Um,
Very dad saying
yeah,
of you.
but action said it the other day to this girl at his school, and I was so proud.
And he was like, and she laughed so hard.
Yeah,
God.
but yeah, so like like action shine live, one thing that I always that never changed is like my energy and
Mm,
just being up, being ready. My playfulness.
mm-hmm.
I am creative and I like to play games and I like to create.
Yeah.
Uh I could create a game out of nothing. We could just one thing that me and my brother used to do this all the time. Like my brother used to make obstacle courses.
We used to make obstacle courses in
Oh
our
my
backyard. We would put
goodness.
cones here, hula hoops over here,
Yeah.
go around, did a dive under. Like it was a whole. And I think I'm like, I want. That's what I want. I want our kids to have like a backyard so they could be playing obstacle courses.
Man,
Like
obstacle courses like
go
we would
outside
play.
and figure it out.
We would play games. And I am still playful. And so that's one of the things that has not changed. Like
Mm-mm.
instead of playing with my friends and playing basketball, now I play with my sons
Mm-hmm.
and live sometimes to my detriment. I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, why y'all always need me to play?
That's when that Achilles started. When you
Yeah,
ran down that
yeah,
hill with action.
yeah. So I think that's one of my constants. So what do you feel like what are your one of your constants is?
Um, Before kids and after kids, I I'm able to complete a task. And I
Really?
think that that's like it served me well now after kids. But before kids, like I would have a goal. I'm very goal oriented. And I was a big planner at one point, and then I stopped planning. I'm planning again a little bit, but I'm a goal person. And so if I have like a goal in mind to finish a book or to whatever it is, I'm going to do it.
Hmm.
And before kids, the time span would be shorter. I feel like whatever that goal was, I could get it done, this month versus like my time span is might
Yeah,
be
you be
this
doing
year
financial quarters. You be like,
quarter.
okay, first 3 months, yeah,
Ooh, we got
got
it.
you.
We're gonna take the whole 4 months, whatever it is. But I think that that's something that has not changed about me. And that's why I'm the person like my friends call upon if they actually want somebody to hold them accountable and say like, "Hey, this is something I want to get done. Just ask me about it every now and again." I'm like, "Okay." But
But
that is something that I feel like is has not changed about me, and pre kids now. It's that is a characteristic about me that has been maintained.
that's funny because we were talking about traits the other episode ago,
Yeah.
and now we're talking about like who we were.
Who
Um,
are you? Who are you? Never lose yourself. I love to read. I just started not started. I joined a book club that helps me to read because for the past how many years? 5 years. I haven't we kind of we would read in January for our annual trip, but other than that, I wouldn't read. Like I stopped reading for a minute, and I think that being a reader is a part of who I am.
and like
Change and
change
growth is good.
change and growth is good, but there are some core things that like I am an active person.
Yes.
I was talking to
Yes.
my college friend, and she lost weight, and I was talking about like yeah, like I want to lose weight and stuff like that. And she was like, "Hey man, something I know about you." She was like, "You are an outside person. Like sometimes the gym might not be good for you because like I know you like we even used to study outside because you just like the sun and you like to be out." So she was like, you should, and she didn't know that I used to run, but she was like, you should start running because it's outside. I was like, oh, thank you. But like knowing certain things about like I'm an active
You
person.
need to be,
So
yeah.
like me being like when my Achilles was down, it was like I'm very happy that I had the support system of like my family and everything. Cause I could have gone when you take away something that is so important and so like built into you,
Mhm.
when you take it away, it changes like it can mess with my mental, it can mess with so much things. And I still try to keep moving. Um so that's one thing that is me. Like, okay, no matter what, kids, no kids. I remember with Action, we had the
You had the
jogging
jogger
stroller. I
stroller,
used to,
yeah.
woof, I used to be booking it with that jogging stroller.
Yeah, I was like, oh my
Uh,
gosh. You were
we'd be
definitely
flying.
more active. And I feel like, again, that's going back to finding out how to be that person, even with the time constraints of having pickups and drop offs and this, that, and the other. Like,
Hmm.
and that just might be we need to be more organized, or
Yeah, it's all
it's all
organization.
yeah, but or yeah, plan accordingly. But like that's a part of who you are. Like, how do we get you back to that? Like I said, like being outside. Because if your normal day is waking up, going to work, picking up the kids, coming home, making dinner, once we in the house, and I was reading about how back in the day, every household was like a multi-generational household. So of course, if the grandparent, the mom and the grandchildren, all of these people are in one home. Yeah, if I got to step out, go to the grocery store, hey mom, I'm leaving, you would
Yeah,
let somebody know. It wasn't this, like I said, once you're in with the kids, you're in. Like,
and it's tough.
that's it.
And the one of the most tough things, because is getting Liv down. So like Liv is tough because
Live is one.
Liv wants you to go to sleep with her.
Hmm.
So sometimes when she's super tired, I could drop her and I'll be fine. But like she'll be like rocking me to sleep. She'll be like, "Are you asleep? Okay,
And
now
she
I'll go to
look.
sleep."
Hmm.
Yeah. And so like, and even sometimes I just close my eyes to like tell her like, "Oh, I'm asleep," so you go to sleep, and then I end up going to sleep.
Yep. And she needs your rhythm. She
Yeah.
needs your heart to go to sleep with her.
Yeah, she wasn't. So
And then next thing you
then
know, now you got into the habit of going to sleep at 8:30,
I
nine
know.
o'clock.
And then like I remember I don't know if it was Shine or Action, but there were some times where I used to run at night. So like
Yes.
Lindsay would come home and then I'll take Christmas and we could go for a run and stuff like that. But
Yeah. I remember because
uh
he had a lit up collar and we would put
yeah.
that little light collar on him and he would be your little light at night.
But it is springtime. So, outside would be better. But I just feel like am I a better person than I was when before kids?
Hmm.
Yes. I feel like that.
Post kid you like more.
Oh, love him way more.
Yeah.
Way more. He is a father. What?
Yeah, he is.
He is. He's a good father and he's a great husband. So
Say that again.
he's a good father and he's a great husband.
Yeah.
So all right, how do you feel? What who you picking?
Oh, post kid me.
Mama,
Yes.
Mama Bear.
Yes. She is thoughtful of everybody.
Mm,
And just more so, I think that she's more so what God would want for me.
mm.
And so, like, if I could have been this kind, gracious, giving, caring person without kids, oh my goodness.
I
Like what God? Like
the,
God wanted me to be this person anyway. But also, and then more so, even more so now because I have children.
I really feel like that. This maybe it'll be another episode, but how having children has grown my relationship with God. I know I talk
Yes.
about it. It changed my perspective on things. It
Hmm.
changes how I even read. Talking about change before you were had kids and after kids. What
Your
changed?
relationship with God.
How I changed the way I read the text
Yeah.
is different.
Because you understand. And the people, this is one of those things that people say all the time. That's like, we don't want to put people in different boxes because not everyone has children.
Hmm.
But just to speak on this, it's like how children change you.
Yeah,
Understanding parenting, taking, yeah, it is. So then, yes, reading the text, reading about God and that very famous song is like, how much more does God love me?
yeah,
Like, if we do all of this for our kids, huh? Right? That's why I'm like, yes, of course I'm confident. God loves me.
yeah. All
But
right. So
yeah.
I think the poll question. Do you want the poll question to be like, would you pick?
Wait, before we get to the poll
Okay.
question, which one do you like? Just a question out there.
I think I said.
You said me no, not
Oh,
about you, about me.
oh, I like Mama Bear.
Okay.
You know, is the other day I was calling you mom because I call you mom all the
Yes.
time,
Yeah.
and I was like, I call her mom all the time. I like this. Like,
That's so funny because I think it was when we were in Aruba, and it took you a couple days, but you were calling me mom. And when we are not around our kids, I don't call you daddy.
well, maybe you should. You can call me daddy, girl.
No,
I'm
no.
just saying.
I was like, I realized that it took you. We were in Aruba for what, 5 days, I guess, or yeah, 5 days, and I was like, I remembered it being like into the second day, and I was like, oh, he finally called me Cora. Like,
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like, it took you a couple days, but you kept calling me mom, and I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I
I
just
know
thought it
you
was,
happy that your daughter says mom now.
but when you ask her to say it, she don't say
Yeah, she got that shine in
it. She
her.
do. She'd be like, Liv, say mom.
Okay, so which one do you like? You know what? I'm not even gonna ask the questions because see, questions like this, you need to be prepared for the answer, and I'm not emotionally prepared for any answer that she has. So it doesn't matter which one you like. You got this one, all right? So you gonna be happy or not? You get what you get, and you
And you,
don't get upset.
thank you.
Okay?
I like post kid Aaron.
You like daddy here?
I like Daddy Aaron. I'm gonna
Okay.
still call you Corey, but I do like Daddy Aaron.
Okay.
But it's crazy because to me, in my relationship with you at least, there has not been much of a change. I think that like your overall sense of like who you are as a person, we're talking about like you post kids,
Mhm.
because I knew you post kid and how you treat me post kid and pre kid are the same. So
You think so?
you
Because I
have
really be
always
wanting you
been
to check in now.
no, no. I mean that
I'll be staring at to find my friends like, she's still on 59th Street.
no, yeah, you were this not the I don't want to be like you're the same husband, but the way that you treat me as a husband has not changed. And I think that that's a testament because you have not changed in your husband factor post kid.
Yeah.
So the kids take a lot out of you and everything as they
Yeah.
do.
They take half, you take the other half.
Stop.
What?
But yeah, no, I like you post kids because I love seeing you with the children. But you as a person, I think is the same to me. It's kind of like when we play that game, like when you close your eyes, what do I look like? Like, how do you see me?
Do I have locks when you close your eyes?
No.
Really?
Yeah. For
Yikes.
those of you that are new, you just got locks a year ago.
Yeah,
Not even a
not
year
even a
ago.
year.
It would be a year in August because
No,
or
a
June, a year
year
in
on my
June.
birthday. Yeah.
But I was looking at our August pictures because we're talking about tradition and we're talking
Mhm.
about our anniversary, and your locks are so small.
Yeah.
Not that long.
So you don't see me
I
for
don't.
who I am now.
Okay.
I see you with locks.
I've had locks for what, 20
Look,
years?
I said what I said.
Yikes.
All right. So
Okay.
what's the poll question?
Okay. 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 What was the question we asked each other? Who were you before you had kids? Okay. So 5 years ago, would you say you are more of the same person 5 years ago than you are today? What about that?
That's easy. Everybody gonna say no because they're older.
Some
We have to
people don't
eliminate.
change.
As long as your love don't change.
Okay. Well, what do you think?
I like that one. I feel like we have to fine tune it.
Okay.
That was a long. How you say? That's a long question.
Yeah.
You know, was a funny question. Who would win in a competition? You now or you 5 years ago?
What kind of competition?
That's the thing. I don't know what type because everybody like who would win in a race? Me,
right? Physically, you're.
Yeah, but some people aren't physical. But like, it has to be something like where you have to challenge the old you.
Because some people actually is like, because I remember hearing it's like, some people think that they were better younger. Like some people will say like, I was my best self at 27. And I don't think that.
Okay.
And so it's like, do you think that your best self is now, yet to come, or past, or that sort
Okay.
of thing?
I like that one. I like that poll question because it reminds me of like wine. You know how like wine gets better over time.
Yes,
So
fine like wine.
do you feel like age is like wine, or like do you have a certain prime when you're younger and that's your prime?
Mm, that's a good one. All right.
All right.
Right on time. You can DM us on Instagram. First Comes Love, TCM.
You can always watch the YouTube and subscribe, like, and comment at First Comes Love.
Okay, don't forget to answer this poll. I'm going to put it up there. Fine like wine or in your prime.
Yep.
I like it.
Yeah.
So email us. Let's talk at firstcomeslove, Talk to you Tuesday.
Hello.
Hi. Come here, action.
Come here.
How's it going, man?